So I'm at work the other day, and obviously this isn't a weekly vlog, so just bear with me here. I'm at work the other day. Like the doors open, people come in, and like maybe the third consumer, that's what we call our customers, that we encounter. We're talking. We're talking to each other, and she says that she's looking for something warm to wear. I mean, she was on the phone earlier, and she got off the phone, and the very first thing she said to me was, "Oh, that was my daughter. She's talking about voting for Kamala." Okay, you know what I'm saying? Which, like, didn't ask. Also, take into consideration, I'm a black dude with a mask on at work. I wear a mask, so she doesn't, whatever facial expression I had, which by the way wasn't this. It was just me. Just like when I'm at work, I'm professional. There's really nothing that can shake me. I'm just, I'm too depressed to react, right? So, but she was talking, but she said that, and the first, obviously the second thing she said was, "So, hey, real quick, who are you voting for?" And I say, "Oh, I'm not sure yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know yet." And she says, "Oh, that means you're voting for Kamala," which is like, she was a older lady, shorter, um, unmelanated, as you probably would guess, and yeah, we just like the conversation. Like, come to find out, she's at the store because she's looking for something warm to wear, while she goes to a Trump rally in Wisconsin, right? And she's gonna take a plane there. And I'm so used to being poor that I forgot that the plane was a form of commercial travel for normal people. Because I always think, when I think of people going anywhere by plane, I think of rich people. I don't think of normal people. Like this lady here, you know what I'm saying? She didn't really give off the rich vibe, but she was shopping at the mall. So a lot of people who go to the mall are usually can afford to buy stuff at the mall. That's what I say. But the fact of the matter is that, like, she goes, like, I'm helping her out, and we're talking about politics, and one of the things that she said to me that was really kind of like, because I didn't want to like tell her that I'm not voting for Trump, because I didn't want her to, like, get all Trump supporter adjacent at me, but but I did tell her, like, I said something along the lines of, if there's an election where I don't trust anybody, I just vote for my mom. And she was like, "Well, you can't really vote outside of those two options. It has to be one of the two." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and in my brain, I immediately said, you can just write people in, like, that's a thing. You know what I'm saying? Because there's never been just two options. But this conversation that I had with this woman, and that specific part right there, made me realize I don't hate Trump supporters. I think I said before, I hate Republicans and I hate Trump supporters. I'm pretty sure there's like a few videos of me saying that. But then it dawned on me, I don't necessarily hate them as much. I just wish that they would just wise up. A lot of the video, like, I always say that I dislike these people because, but I don't want anything bad to happen to them. I don't want them harmed. I don't want them, like, I don't want them, like, put in prison or put in cages. I don't want anything bad to happen to their kids. I don't want them eaten. You know what I'm saying? I don't want anything, like, really bad to happen to them. I just want the death grip that they genuinely have on America to be loosened and released. You know what I mean? And I really 100% believe that as long as we are aware that as long as we are aware that this mindset, not these people, but this perspective, this mindset is a thing that's hurting America, and the moment that we decide to release it and get rid of it, we're going to be a much better country. But I also learned, but, like, I realized it just dawned on me that I don't hate them. I just really wish that they would stop with stuff like this. You know what I mean? Because like, outside of that conversation, me and this lady, we was just having a normal conversation, like how I'm talking to y'all. She was a sweet old lady, but she was so, like, locked in on this being Republican thing. It's like, you're going to take a plane trip to Wisconsin to go to a Trump rally. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, that's money that you could have saved to do anything else. But I don't know. She's old. She probably might get a lot of money. I don't know. But it just sort of made me think about how it just made me think about like, how like these are some of these people are maliciously cruel. Some Trump supporters, some Republicans are just maliciously cruel. They want bad things to happen to people that they don't like, and they believe that they will not get any other recall. In other words, they don't think that like they think that if they stab somebody just softly enough, no blood is gonna get on them. You know what I mean? But then there's people who are Republicans and right wingers and stuff like that. They were just told to be that when they were kids, and they just think that that's just something that they have to be devoted to. And some of those folks are just being fed, spoon fed misinformation and lies and hatred and bigotry and all these other terrible things that they're just not smart enough to acknowledge is not happening. Like I remember, I don't maybe I'm remembering this incorrectly, but there was one time, there was a thing on Fox News. I think it was Bill O'Reilly or Tucker Carlson or somebody like that. And they said something about how Black Lives Matter protesters, they're going to get you. They're coming after you. You know what I mean? And it's like, now my whole thing is that like, if you watching this and you listen to that specific part, you would reflexively look outside your window, right? Go outside, right? You'll see that nobody's out there. If you go outside after being told that they're going to get you and nobody gets you after you go outside, that should just be like, you should be able to just, common sense would just say, you know what? Maybe they lying. You can't say, oh, they're going to get me someday. You have to be like, okay, today they didn't do it. Yesterday they didn't do it. The day before that they didn't do it. And I don't think that they're going to do it tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Just basic stuff like that. And it kills me that like there's people out there that are just falling for that. You know what I mean? Innocent people who are just scared and who are upset because things are going wrong, and who are scared because the people who are telling them that things are going wrong and here's the real reason why things aren't going the way that they are, is just telling them, I don't like this thing and you shouldn't either. And they're not smart enough to be able to, and I don't want to say they're not smart enough as an insult. I'm saying this because it does take a little bit of just outer thinking, just out of your shell style thinking, to just say, what if this isn't true? What if it's a lie? Because there's two people when it comes to a lie. There's multiple types of responses to a lie. There's people who don't believe it at all. You know what I'm saying? Somebody tells you a lie, you're like, that's a lie, I don't believe it. But then there's people who hear the lie and try to rationalize the lie and be like, okay, this part of the lie is true, this part of the lie is not, this part of the lie is true, this part of the lie is not. And then there's people who believe it wholeheartedly and are just like, you're the most, it's like you're this super genius and I am going to listen to every single thing that you say. And there's people who don't believe the lie, but because they like the person who said the lie, are willing to just still follow the person anyway. People who be like, okay, that part may have been false, but every other thing he's saying is true. Rationalizing. You know what I mean? And my problem is that specifically with Donald Trump, it's just that like, with Donald Trump is a reverse of that. When he tells his lies, his supporters believe it. But when he tells the truth, his supporters don't believe it. Donald Trump said that he's going to be a dictator for a day. And his supporters was like, yeah, he ain't going to be no dictator for a day. It's like, he said it. He said it. He said that if you vote for him, that'll be the last vote you'll ever make. He's like, well, that could mean anything. My biggest problem with Trump supporters, my biggest problem with these people is that I don't hate them. I don't want anything bad to happen to them. But I just really wish that, like, because they're willing to say the media is lying to you, everybody's lying to you. You need to do your own research. You need to understand what, the real explanation of what everybody is saying and stuff like that. And then they will go out of their way to say, yeah, well, Trump won't do that. Why won't he do that? He just won't. He loves America too much. Or somebody will stop him, which, if you paid attention, he will literally make sure that doesn't happen. The guardrails, he's trying to tear the guardrails down. Everything that you don't think that he's going to do, he's going to try to do. That's the whole dictatorship part. You're not going to ever be a dictator for just one day. You're not just going to be like, okay, guys, I make all the rules. I'm in complete control. Everything I'm going to do is everything. I'm going to do everything that I want to do. But the next day, back to, okay, everybody back to the drawing board. And y'all are like, no, actually, when he said he was going to be a dictator for the day, he meant that he was going to drill and mass deportations and start drilling, right? And it's like, that's not being, that's like, it's like, so either he's dumb because he doesn't know what it means to be a dictator, or he's lying because he won't do any of that anyway, or he's lying in a different way, or he's telling the truth, which is still bad. Drilling for oil is still messed up. You know what I'm saying? Deporting people is still messed up. I mean, because at some point, like, here's the reason why deporting people is going to be messed up. I call it the homosexuality is a legal thing. Because hear me out, okay? Imagine homosexuality just being completely illegal, right? There's nothing stopping anyone from putting anyone in jail for being gay. It's just like that. If he starts deporting people who he believes is not from this country, then what's stopping him from deporting you? What's stopping him from deporting me? Like, he's gonna deport. Like, I'm not gonna get deported. I'm gonna just get. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna get in because I'm gonna, like, every single day of his presidency, I'm gonna be like, here's why he sucks today. Here's why he sucks today. Here's why this guy sucks today. I'm gonna keep doing that until one day he sicks his white supremacist army on me, and like they kick down my door and just be like, find a rope in the tree, and I'm gonna be like, okay, guys, called it. Love y'all. So, but that's what I'm saying, though, man. It's just like, my issue with Trump supporters is basically that at the very core of who they are, like I said, it's just like, because I want to say that I feel bad for the Trump supporters that just don't know what's going on. So they're just getting all their information from the wrong source, and they're just scared. So they want somebody to make them feel less scared. But they don't want to say that they're scared because, that's not what real men do. But you're a woman. That's not what real men do. You know what I'm saying? And you want somebody who makes you feel less scared. But like, the problem is that, like, strength is not bullying people. It's not hurting people. Like, you can say you're scared. We live in a world where you can be free to be anything, even scared. If you say that you're scared, somebody's going to come to your rescue and help you. But I can assure you it won't be Donald Trump. I think the thing that we just tend to forget, though, is that, like I said, for some of them that are bigoted, malicious sociopaths who have, like, this cruel aspect of what they feel like other people should go through, there's just people out there who just don't know what to believe, so they're trying to believe the thing that's going to make them feel better. And the problem is, the thing that's going to make them feel better is something that ultimately makes people that they don't like feel worse. And we have to convince those people that other people's pain is not going to make you feel better. Other people going through terrible stuff is not going to positively affect you, because at some point empathy is going to kick in, and you're going to be like, why did I do this stuff to these people? Why did I want this to happen to this person? I don't even know this person. At some point, the empathy is going to kick in, or maybe it never will. Who knows? This is America. We have a habit of, empathy can be a bit of a pit for some. But it's just like, there needs to be some kind of explanation to just say other people's pain will not benefit you. I don't like white supremacists at all. I don't like white supremacists. I don't like Trump supporters. I don't like the Republicans. I don't like the right wing. But I wouldn't actively vote for something that will harm them. I would sooner vote for something that will help everyone before I vote for something that would just hurt these people. Because, as luck would have it, helping everyone will hurt them. So the irony is, you're helping them will hurt them. there goes the whole philosophical, like, what is help, what is hurt question. But it does kind of hurt me a little bit. It does kind of make me sad that like a lot of these people, like outside of the politics and all this other stuff, they're actually some really nice, gentle, kind people who just want to do the right thing, who just want to help people, who just like maybe they do have some past bigoted views that they just can't shake off. You know what I mean? Like but outside of their past bigoted views that they just can't shake off, they're probably just really nice people. I literally have like a few coworkers that are Trump supporters, and we get along just fine. I get along with them just like how I get along with I'm not gonna say you because I don't know you, but with I get along with them like how I would get along with other people. And they're die hard Trump supporters. There's one guy at my job. We have female coworkers, and we have coworkers that are women, and we have a coworker that we have managers that are women. And now I'm like at least a generation older than like the majority of our coworkers, and and also the majority of my leaders, and they are. So every so often, like we play, like during break time, we all kind of have our own just basic side conversations. We be joking around and stuff like that. And I remember one time she said a statement. My manager, who's a woman, said a statement. By the way, a Latina. She said a statement, and it was like she flubbed up a word or something, and my Trump supporter coworker was like, "Ha! You flubbed up a word. See, this is why women can't be in charge of anything. They keep flubbing up words. That's what I'm saying. And that's why women can't be in charge of anything, and that's why they can't be president." And because we're so used to him being obnoxious like that, we just whatever, we just let him have it. But it's just like stuff like that. It's just like stuff like that is just like And the thing is, like I say, he's outside of him being this passionate about his Trump support. He's actually a very funny guy. You know what I mean? But statements like that you just can't overlook. You see what I'm saying? And it's just like my whole thing is that like you give these people. I feel like if we give these people too many passes, they're going to. I don't want to say ruin the country because then I'm going to be just as bad as a right winger. But they will continue to hurt things. They will continue to feel like hurting things is going to fix things, or hurting people is going to fix things, or like making life miserable for people is going to somehow fix things. Deporting all of these immigrants. Like, bro, I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but there's a lot of jobs that won't get done if not for immigrants. You know what I mean? You deport them, who's gonna do the work? Because like if there's one thing that history has taught us is that racists are lazy as heck. Like, but it's like that's what I'm saying. But imagine doing racist stuff, supporting racist stuff, but at the same time saying I'm not racist, you are. Whenever somebody points out what you're doing wrong, there's no accountability. It's always, actually, we're the good guys. The Democrats are the bad guys. Whenever anything bad happens, the Democrats also did it. The Democrats also did the bad thing, so why aren't you mad at them? I'm mad at you because you said that you're not like the Democrats. Why would you do stuff that the Democrats are doing if you're not like the Democrats? You're basically saying that if we vote for you, you're going to do the same thing that your enemies are doing. You make no sense. You know how people say same side of, different sides, same coin? You're admitting that by saying you're going to do what Democrats do. I don't know where I was going with this, but it did kind of like it. But it did like I do realize now that I don't hate Republicans. I don't hate them. I just wish that they made sense. I wish that until they decide to make sense, they would stop having all this power. Because a lot of things that is happening in America right now is because white supremacists got way too powerful. And if you don't believe me, look up every single bad thing in the world and look up the history look up the history of every single bad thing that's happened in America, and tell me in any part of that, tell me like is either A started by a white supremacist or B a white supremacist got involved in it some kind of way. And don't worry, if you feel like you feel like you have a hard time finding out where the white supremacist is, I'll help you out. I'll tell you where it is. Reagan. Sorry about that. Uh, yeah, I had no clue where I was going with this though. Like, I guess I'm just rambling because the election is coming up and I'm getting uneasy. Once again, I am getting more and more scared like because like I'm loving this surge that Harris is getting, but I also know how powerful white supremacy is, and I need white supremacy to lose so bad, y'all. I need it to lose. I need it to fail, because white supremacy has been succeeding for so long. It doesn't have to continue to win. It just doesn't. But if it does, just know that I'm going to continue to talk smack about Donald Trump until he sicks his until he until he tells his white supremacist army to sick him. You know, I don't know where I was going with this. All right, I gotta get ready for work. Y'all have a good one. Love and peace. We'll talk later.